Hello and welcome. This is Japan, and we are going to discuss today who dethrones every women's champion here. There's a lot of choices, and I think there's some that are not really that clear. Like we might have a couple ideas, but I think there's a lot that could happen within honestly the next couple months. So let's just try to jump into it and think about it. So right off the bat, we have the World Heavyweight Championship with Io Sky. I feel like Io Sky's opponent's already been kind of hinted at, and we've seen obviously at the WrestleMania match. I do believe it's going to be Bianca Belair. Now I think it's going to be Bianca after she comes back from her injury, and she will turn heel. I think that's the only way she defeats her. And I feel like that's probably the best bet right there because I think that would give Io a really good match. But I think this will still be like around SummerSlam, depending on how long that injury is and how long they revamp it. But I have a feeling like Bianca is going to get traded to Raw, and then they'll figure it out from there. Next up, we have Tiffany Stratton. She hasn't really feuded with anybody too crazy before. It was basically Nia Jax and Charlotte Flair, and then she had that match against Jade. So there's not a lot of narrative threads. So this one's just kind of more of an out in the open type thing. But I do believe it's going to be Rhea Ripley. I think it's going to be Rhea Ripley eventually going to SmackDown on probably the draft. And I think she defeats Tiffany Stratton there at some point. I think it isn't going to be as long as maybe SummerSlam. There might be one of those PLEs in between. I think that they eventually do want to put the title on her, but I think Rhea has to go for that journey. I think honorable mention would be Nia Jax. I could see that putting it back on her. Somebody like Bailey would also work pretty well, but I feel like that's kind of, could be out of honestly anything could happen in the next couple months. Next up is the IC Championship. Obviously, the only feud that she has currently is with Becky Lynch. I do believe Becky Lynch beats her at some point. I think that's kind of the way that they're going. Becky turned heel on her, and I think that then Lyra could even rise up and try to get a second reign, and it would be even better to beat Becky if that happens. But I think putting the title on somebody very established like that does help the title out, and the IC title could use that. Next up is the US title that Zelina Vega just won. Now, I really only see, I mean, I see obviously there's multiple things, but I do believe that there's two chances of stuff happening. First, I feel like obviously Chelsea Green could just win it back like very, very soon. Like within like a week or two, I could see them doing something like that just to do something to the fans. Honestly, there's a lot of other people. I feel like Jade Cargill would honestly be the perfect person for this. I don't think that she's kind of in that realm of things right now. But if you're really gonna just have to pick the perfect person, it's the pick that I always pick is Roxanne Perez. I believe Roxanne Perez coming up to the main roster should win it night one against Selena Vega and hold on to that championship for a good year or two. Like just destroying people. Like the problem is it's just like you got to give that upstart that just crazy start, and that would be it. Then we have the women's tag team champions, which is Liv and Raquel right now. Honestly, they have just nothing. They just lost the titles and brought it back. It's kind of wild that they are just kind of there. The Secret Harvest could be a very good team to go after. Obviously, somebody from NXT would have a good shot. Honestly, I think like the only legitimate tag team that is legitimate that could beat them would be KC2. I think that would be a decent team to lose to. It's kind of hard to say because there's really nothing else out there. I feel like there would have to be something that we haven't seen yet. Damage Control also could very possibly be a good pick once Kairi Sane comes back. I would be fine with Dakota Kai and Kairi Sane teaming up. Or even the combinations if they can get the Kabuki Warriors with Asuka. That would be a decent setup that probably still those titles won't be changed until at least SummerSlam or later. But yeah, those are what I think. What do you guys think? There's a lot that could happen in the next couple months. So kind of planning this out, honestly, all of this could be correct or any of this could be completely thrown off within a week or two because that's just how wrestling works. But tell me what you guys think, and I'll talk to you guys on the next one. Bye, guys.